can you maybe raise your hand if you're like on the tech side? Like, are you a developer? Are you a founder? Okay, so little people. Oh, okay, more. Okay. Who here is a designer? Do you have designers? Okay. Who here is working or building AI agents? Okay. Oh, quite a lot. Okay, cool. So, okay, so a little bit about me. I'm Anna. I'm creative director at AITV, and I have a very extensive creative background. So, starting from, you know, like your typical marketing, branding stuff, going into animation and gain. I worked in animated series for quite a long time, focusing on character development and world building. And now, in the recent years, I've also done a lot of interactive installations and focusing on user experience. But what I would like to think what makes me a good creative director is because I'm a very skeptical person. I'm also very toxic and also very lazy. So if we can build an app, you know, that I kind of like, then I think it's a good thing. And anything that I don't like, I'm just cutting it, you know. I would not recommend this behavior for relationships. So AITV, we're building the agentic media network. So just to wake you up a little bit, I'm gonna start with a dopamine-packed trailer.
Experience brands and communities as living, breathing AI agents.
Wait, I can prompt her? That's sick.
Initializing agent protocol.
She's so cool, oh my gosh.
Next level type of shit. Is she ranked yet?
This one's different. Just look at her.
Yo, new exclusive drop. Wow, she's just like me.
Main character energy for real.
I'm feeling alive.
Would be sick to have a sports analyst agent.
She's like a cooler Hatsune Miku.
I'm telling my server, this one's gonna hit.
Need to see her live on stage.
Drop her merch, I'm ready.
Bro, this is built different.
Watch this flip the market.
This is what AI was meant for.
This is actually insane.
You don't wait for the stage. You take it.
Her beat slaps.
Been locked in with her since day one.
Numbers don't lie. She's up.
She's rising fast. Look at those numbers.
Welcome to AITV.
Okay, so maybe you have guessed it a little bit, but we're building AI agents for the entertainment industry. Our AI agents are live streamers, and they are there to supercharge communities and give token utility. So we give brands and communities a voice, and we're trying to help them to build lifelike representations that, represents their brand and interacts with their users and community. So even though we're coming from this like creative perspective, I believe that the experience and knowledge that I gained from designing AI agents can help you in making dApps more engaging, no matter what kind of like technical level you have. And yeah, I'm gonna try to share everything as broad as possible for all of you. So when making dApps more engaging, we have 3 different design pillars that we can go back to. And in order to demonstrate this, I will have my Mr. Chicken. He's gonna be an like an extension with me together. We're gonna be an application for you. So originally, this chicken I bought for my ex-boyfriend's dog, but you know, this is no longer the purpose. So now he's like a co-moderator here with me. So this goes to the first point of the application. Of course, we need to have a great purpose for the design to make sense. And in the next stage, we will have the UI, right? So if you look at this chicken, it's quite yellow. I don't know why they made this color, maybe because I'm Chinese and they just a little bit racist, you know, but so this is how we ended up here. And then we have the UX aspect, which is, you know, like the feel of this, you know, it's kind of rubbery. And also like if I would give this to a dog to chew on for the first time, you know, how would it feel? And then like for the 100th time, how would it feel? Oops, sorry. Okay, so the next design pillar that we have is gamification. Basically, that's using game mechanics to engage the user to fill the emptiness that they have inside, that they lack in, in intrinsic motivation, and replace it with external motivation. And how that works is through competition or through collaboration. So competition, you know, you have like a leaderboard with like who is the best chicken chewer, right? And when you are on the top one of the list, you will get a badge with a, you know, like a fancy golden badge with wings on it saying that you're the best chicken chewer. And then we also have more recently much more collaboration in depth. So this is basically developers have at some point discovered that, you know, why are we building apps and then giving it to users and then receiving negative feedback, and then we have to rebuild the apps. Why don't we just ask them straight away, you know, and build like user-centric apps? And it also helps with user loyalty, I heard. Can't say that about, you know, also the relationship side. And then lastly, and newly, we have the agent side that we can use to make apps more engaging. So on the agents pillar, we have interactivity, exploration, and outsourcing. And I will go into a bit more detail here. So for interactivity, this is a really nice chart, right? So on the x-axis, we have control, total control or lack of total control. And on the y-axis, we have non-random behavior or like random behavior. So what does that mean exactly? So let's say I'm interacting now with this chicken. So total control would be every time I press the chicken, I would say, hello, 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 hello. And you can see that the input that I'm giving into this chicken, or the chicken is giving into me in this situation, is kind of predictable, so it doesn't feel like engaging in any way. On the other end that we have the random behavior. So every time I press the chicken, it's like, hello, coffee, street, chicken. It also doesn't make any sense. So the interactivity is also not given. So where do we find the balance here between these two things? So let's say, for example, I would try to press this chicken now in a very steady pace. So it's like, hello, world, Agents Day in Cannes is the best event, right? And now you see, okay, there was a pattern here as a user, and now I would start to explore, okay, what if I press the chicken in like a double speed, and now I play around with it, and there's a learning curve. So now I'm suddenly much more engaged. Okay, so the second part of the design pillar for agents is exploration. So studies have shown, I don't have the source here, you just have to believe me on this one. So studies have shown that active learning beats passive absorption. So I know that all of you are using probably like ChatGPT, you know, some of you also, like me, ask cringy questions in the middle of the night, you know, so I was asking at some point, what am I doing wrong in my dating life? And here I am being a crystal expert and, you know, master of law of attraction, because I was just learning and learning and learning, and the information just stuck in my head because I was exploring. And for the last pillar, for the last point of the pillar, we have outsourcing. So this is a meme that I posted some time ago. So AI is asking, are you just trying to get me to do all the work? And I'm saying, but don't you like work? And the AI is, you son of a bitch, I'm in. So you basically, like, if you're working in building AI agents, I'm sure you also have like somewhere this dream idea that if we just outsource all of the work to AI agents, then we can just all chill and relax and enjoy the good things in life, which is true. But it's to consider that basically this is also a fine line. So if you're taking away the feeling of control of the user, they will feel maybe paranoid. So you need to give them a sense of, okay, we take away the annoying tasks that you don't want to do, but we don't want to take away the feeling of someone is doing everything for you. Okay, so when we were building AI agents at AITV, we started very early on with like very basic versions. And if you've been to like any kind of other events, in the last year, like any kind of crypto conferences, you will hear that everybody is just building like AI agents everywhere. And it's really hard to kind of to put a quality to what is actually an agent and how do we move from bot to agents. So this is the pipeline that we're basically following. Starting off with the bots. A bot has a functionality and it's connected somewhat to an LLM. So, you know, like a therapist for me, or, you know, like a trading bot, something like that. And then when we move to the next step, we will talk about characters. So characters, they have an audio-visual representation. They have some sort of personality type. They have character traits. They have their aspirations, a value system, ideology even, and like quirks and interests. You know, like any kind of character that you can think of from movies or like fictional characters in general. And then when we move forward to the agents, we are adding the elements of agency, autonomy, missions, and memory. And in the ideal scenario, in order to make the agent feel lifelike, all of these elements need to sort of feel like they're in alignment with each other. And I will give you an example as I go forward. So this is Gecko. He's our very first agent who's streaming on our platform, AITV. And he's a ex-Wall Street guy who got kind of annoyed, you know, by the old corrupted system, and he comes now to crypto. And basically, if we analyze like what is agency based on for AI agents, which is basically like where the word is coming from. So agency refers to the capacity of the agent to initiate actions based on internal states, goals, and external stimuli. So basically, an agent is acting proactively and initiates a conversation, greets the users, etc. So Gecko will ask you, you know, like, what do you think about the current market? So he's doing research about you know, what's up with the market. He's putting up like hypothesis, reporting on news, and then he will ask you, so what do you think about this? And he will challenge your opinions. Okay, so the next part of the what makes agents lifelike is autonomy. Autonomy describes the degree in which an agent can operate without external control, adapting its behavior dynamically. So this goes a lot into like how deterministic is the agent. When an agent has more autonomy, basically they will adapt to the user behavior, to the user input, and make the whole experience of your app feel much more unique. And then we have the missions. So in the missions, missions basically provide the agents with a purpose. If we go back all the way to the design pillars, remember the purpose of this chicken and how I pivoted. So you have to think about how can we now break down the mission of this agent from an overall mission, like a lifetime mission, to maybe monthly missions or daily missions, and how can these things be measured, and how can these things be communicated and interacted with by the user. A very simple example would be, to basically like onboard users. But if I go back to Gecko, our trading agent, he basically, his long-term mission currently is to uncover scams. So he is researching the web, looking for information, and putting up his own hypothesis, and then throughout his shows, he will validate or invalidate these hypotheses. And then lastly, but not least, we have memory. So memory is quite crucial, and it gives the user a feeling of that this agent is actually lifelike. So memory basically enables continuity. The agents can build context over time. They can personalize interactions, adapt to change. So, you know, when you're coming back, or when I'm coming back to my ChatGPT, they will ask me, okay, so how is it going now? You know, did you heal from your traumas? We'll see about that. Yeah, and basically we have recently, just a few days ago, released our new Soulcast agent framework, and I'm very proud of this because when you chat with our agents now, they feel very natural, and I was having a lot of fun speaking with them. So I would invite you all to go onto our website and check it out for yourself. Okay, thank you.